Aloha and welcome to Java. Thank you kindly for joining me again. This is for Tuesday, it's June 18th, 2024. So we've got a few things we're going to focus on getting real assets and what's going on in this market. So let's start in. We're going to start with our main risk indicators, of course, still in high territory. They increased a bit yesterday. Markets went green. So we've got the relative strength of the dollar stayed pretty stable, actually pulled back only slightly, and the 10-year yield did drop a bit. It gave a little bit of breath into the stock market as they increased again. Now we've got fear grade moving just minimally back towards the grade. So we've got the futures this morning showing mixed. Basically, we're looking at retail sales data this morning, and oil, this is saying edging lower, but really it's kind of holding still above 80. So that's a good mark for oil at the moment. So I want to take a quick notice about cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is down at 65,600 mark. It's come down quite a bit. I'm showing lows at 62. I don't think we'll get fortunate enough to see it down there, at least not anytime soon. So this is a good dip. It's back at support at the moment. So be cautious shorting that at this point in time. We do have analysts talking about silver now, finally coming out a little bit closer, not quite mainstream media, but they're speaking about the shortage in silver and the price that will come up behind it. Now, right now, it's being manipulated with the amount of paper on the markets. They've got ETFs and they've got a lot of derivatives pushing the price of the metal down. I think that's going to work like a spring. There will be a squeeze eventually, and they won't be able to hold this back. However, it's at what I think, my opinion, is a good cost right now, below $30, not just barely, but right now at $29.23. So we've got stocks right now in the green. We've got the futures looking a bit flat, not quite disagreement, really going to be looking at those retail numbers. We've got gold also, in my opinion, currently at a good number right now. Now, this could go down further depending on what could happen a little later on in the week. I do want to mention that market is closed tomorrow, and I'll talk about that more as well. So, stock market investors looking for more rate cuts, and they should be careful what they wish for. I've been speaking about this because if there is rate cuts too quickly, it'll throw basically the economy back into that easy money policy, and inflation will go wild. So, with our calendar earnings today, I want to go over the two important things really is core retail sales and then the other numbers coming out prior to the market open. We've also got bond auction and then a couple of Fed presidents speaking later in the day. So we'll keep an eye on that. As far as any big movers, I think it's more important to know that basically market is closed tomorrow. So there's going to be thinning volume towards the end of the day. When that happens, volatility increases a bit. Okay, today after the close, we're also getting numbers from KB Home. So again, the housing sector, which underlies the economy. We've got Goldman looking at US jobs as a turning point, basically. And we've been talking about jobs for a while. That is the numbers, and they're just now starting to talk about it at the Fed, that the jobs numbers is what is going to direct them next if inflation stays relatively stable, at least in accordance with the reports and the numbers that they're using. So, with this, we've got the United States economy headed into corporate bankruptcy cycle that will spike unemployment. I agree with this. When you've got all of these bankruptcies happening, these businesses closing down, demands for increase in minimum wages, they go out of business. When they go out of business, of course, they don't keep employees. They get fired. What do the larger companies do? They outsource labor to cheaper places. They can do it. So a lot of jobs, again, moving out of the United States into either Malaysia or Mexico or even India right now at this point in time. So I want to bring up a few stock-specific things going on. We've got a record percentage of central bankers expecting the holdings of gold to increase. Now, I like gold. I like precious metal silvers as well. Only the physical. Hold the physical. The ETFs are not the same. Gold miners are not the same. So just my opinion, what I'm doing. So the big thing moving forward, all of these have a theme basically going forward, and it's about payments, how payments happen with currency swaps. So the first one right here, removing barriers for money movement for families around the world. It's basically money transfer, the sole push towards cryptocurrencies and also eventually central bank digital currencies for faster and higher volume trades of currency. We've got documents talking about Musk using X, formerly Twitter, to become the next Venmo, or basically just payment system. He wants it to be an all-in-one. He was on the board, major creator for PayPal, so he knows what he's doing in this sector. We've got the cryptocurrency right now. The economy shrinking. They're talking about tokens. Over 3 dozen coins, record double-digit losses. But when you look at them, those are all to do with other projects, meme coins, etc. The stable coins, or the ones purported to be used by banks looking forward, are all on the rise. So with this going into exchanges, I've got Coinbase over here. I expect them to be doing well moving forward in the long run. Nothing goes up in a straight line, but they just announced basically they've got a pre-launch market, so they're expanding their trading, moving into an exchange, going a little bit more like Bybit or the other ones that have had issues. However, this is American based, first off, and secondly, they have the approval of the SEC. So now, with all of the ETFs behind them, I expect them to grow. Just my opinion, not financial advice. Okay, going into a couple of other sectors and things that we see growing. Amazon, they've got pharmacy, so they're expanding that to Medicare patients. That healthcare sector is going to be growing as the boomers, as they call them, are getting older. They'll be needing more medical care. We've got Stellantis, is basically they are the larger parent owner of Jeep. They're recalling over 1 million vehicles due to a rear view camera issue. Want to bring up a short difference. Got two types of recalls nowadays, a physical one or a software recall. When, for instance, Tesla does software recall, they just have to shoot it out and then it's a download like you do for your computer. This one is physical recall, to where it's going to require shops, service departments, and the like. Very different. So that's going to cost them and probably hit them. So we've also got EV startup Fisker filing for bankruptcy. They're going to sell their assets. When they do this, will push down the price. So a little bit more of this going into more bankruptcies, sales, and job losses, which will create that spiral. So this is actually over in the UK, but it doesn't matter. It's global, and the United States is doing very similar. But they're tapping HSBC, if you haven't heard about them, large bank, and BlackRock to help with policies on housing and energy. So they're handing these major corporations larger roles in what they do as far as policy moving forward. So, as you can imagine, they are not going to vote for things or put in place policies that are going to go against their corporate interest. So, just want to bring this out. It's not a quiet headline, it's going to have huge implications moving forward. We've also got Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, talking about making decision that they are going to join BRICS. So these alliances, as I said prior, are getting stronger and they're becoming very imbalanced. I had something else come out, and I've seen this. We've been watching this actually for a while between a lot of the immigration policies that are having issues. And this is they've got new laws that they're coming out with about hate speech. They're trying to ban hate speech. It's allowing them to move forward into digital platforms that they can control what you are allowed to post, what you're allowed to say, and it has repercussions. They can cause, they can basically issue arrest for this. And this is just an expansion of this. I don't understand basically how this is going on. Why? Because the people are very different, but the same thing is happening in the United States as well. The freedoms are being attacked, and the people are not in support of the politicians that are putting this forward. So when you see these things coming out from this, it is not supported by the population that are there. Could be one more reason for a lot of the influx of new people. Won't say much more than that. So these are a couple of things, call them unspeakables, because I have to be very careful about what I say. But this is the first wave of basically repercussions. The private sector, the only way that against these corporations doing things, that they can manage these. And it's through private lawsuit, basically money to hit back at the C-19 things that happened. And then also I just wanted to mention this, getting a lot of issues between comments, seeing comments live, and then also with your comments, not just yours, but mine. As you can see here, basically being cut on a lot of these, have to try twice, some of them being delayed. It is the parent of this channel that I'm putting out here, the platform. It's not me. So if you don't see that like, then I probably haven't seen a post. And I just want to let you be aware. I have, this is only a suspicion, but I've seen a lot of other changes that are coming out with this platform, specifically parent company Google, and they're integrating a lot of basically the AI. So I think that's causing some issues possibly with this. I wanted to say that the markets tomorrow closed for holiday, so I won't see it tomorrow. I think we're not going to have the Discord. I will put this off to Thursday. So until I see you again, my friends, I wish you all a wonderful day and a great day off for recovery. And until I see you again, stay free.